good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It's Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock. We are coming at you live on YouTube, live on Facebook, as we do each and every single week, talking about all things building on your land. So I'm Eric Alarid, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every single week by the one, the only, the red shirt wearing Dawn Dantzler. Good afternoon, Dawn.
Hey, Eric. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good.
Good.
Folks, we're glad you are joining us today. Jump in. Tell us all the things we need to know about you. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us a part of the process that you're in. We have the whole gamut of people that join us every single week. So, maybe you're just now starting this process, just now thinking about how irritated you are with living so close to your neighbor. Kids are coming home from school. We know that. College is winding down with the finals. Kids are showing up. They want to reconnect with their friends at 11 o'clock to 1 a.m. and play basketball 11 feet from your master bedroom window. So if that's happening to you right now, we want to hear from you. It's time to leave. It's time to move out to some acreage. Maybe you've already had that feeling and you've made a decision. You've pulled the trigger. You're on your way out. You started the process of the design. Maybe you sat with one of our consultants. You're looking at different plans. Tell us where you're building, where you're watching from, part of the process you are in. Again, we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Want to hear from you guys. Maybe you're in construction. Maybe you are headed down that road of independence, of being out there in amongst the rural setting of Texas. We want to hear from you too. We want to know how it's going. We want to know some of the things you've run across. We could talk about site evaluation. We can talk about site preparation. We can talk about design, construction, financing, customization. Anything you guys want to talk about, that's why we are here. Maybe you've already been there and done that. Maybe you've been in your home for years. I saw a comment the other day on one of our ads that someone had been in their parents built their Tilson home 64 years ago. That really happened. That was the thing. Multiple people from the 80s, the 70s. So maybe you've been in this home. Maybe your grandparents or parents built a home with us. We want to hear from you too. But mostly we want to hear about all things building on your land. If you have any questions at all, we want to hear from you. So jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building, what part of the process you are in. It's Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock. It's our hour devoted to you. Dawn, what's going on? What are we going to talk about today?
So this week is an Ask Us Anything about building on your land. So it's all about the questions that you all might have about everything that Eric was just talking about. Now, a fun challenge is, for whatever reason, none of my chat is actually showing on my screen.
Well, I have them.
Well, that's good, but that doesn't help me. So it's going to be a problem for me to put them on the screen. But I do have Facebook and YouTube open, so I can see that you're talking to us, and I will try to quickly transcribe to serve them on the screen, or until I figure out what's going on.
Oh, we will have a copy-paste kind of day, folks. Dawn is she's going to lean into that carpal tunnel, get some of that working out for us.
When you see me looking at my screens, that's what's going on. If you saw my the panic on my face, that's what's happening.
Oh, I thought it was just me. Sorry.
Usually it is, so I can understand why you would think that.
Now there's real reason to panic. All right. So again, folks, jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building, what part of the process you're in. We are talking about Ask Us Anything. Okay. And we truly mean anything. Obviously, as we always say, the closer you stay to the topic of building on your land in Texas, the more accurate the answers will be. But we will gladly give you our opinions on all things, child rearing to farming, ranching, and fishing, pond management, satire. Anything you guys want to talk about, we are here to talk about those things. Mainly, though, we want you to be comfortable with the process of building a custom home on your land. We know there's lots of questions. We know there's lots of stuff out there on the internet that, of course, is not true, but that doesn't matter. We know there's all kinds of things being said out there about interest rates and about where the housing market's headed. We have tons of information on that. If you want to talk about that, we can help you through all the things. Not only that, the community we have here at Tilson Live, the folks that have been there and done that, going through the process or have gone through the process, they can help too. They're a great resource. We have the smartest, best educated, most fluent in building on your land audience on the planet, bar none. Prove me wrong. That's what I got. I know that for a fact. So we want to hear from you. Ask us all the things. Dawn is typing the things in as we go. I hope we have tons of comments today. We are going to test her words per minute. I don't know if
I'm breaking out those transcriptionist skills.
maybe there's an AI out there that can help her out. If y'all got one, drop it in the chat. We'd be glad to. What could go wrong? We'll put AI up here into the mix on Tilson Live. I think it'd be a
If
great
I
idea.
wasn't afraid I'd completely lose you, I'd try to refresh, but
Oh man, that'd be great.
that feels dangerous.
Yeah. Well, if it happens, it happens. We'll jump back in here and handle it from there. But folks, do jump in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, part of the process you are in. We will answer every single one of your questions. That's why we are here. We want you to be comfortable with the process. We want all of the fear of the unknown removed. That's what we're here for. There is no such thing as a stupid question except for which one, Dawn?
The ones that you don't ask.
Exactly. So do yourself and everybody in the community a favor. Ask the question. Someone's thinking about it. So let's talk about it. Hey, Dawn, anybody joining us yet today?
Yes, we got Denise saying hello from Pearland, home of the giant pears on 288.
Thank goodness.
Building in Washington County, planning on the Canyon D. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Very cool.
Thanks for joining us, and I'm so glad I don't get lost anymore on 288.
I know. We know exactly where
Although,
we are.
Denise, you need to tell some of your friends and neighbors out there that it is, in fact, the Nolan Ryan Expressway. So if they would kindly move to the right, if they're not going to do 80 miles an hour plus, that would be fantastic. The Nolan Ryan Expressway. Let's all treat it as such. Be respectful to the man. He's a fantastic ball player. Please move to the right. Thank you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
We've got Scott saying hello from Anderson County, building a Whitney B. Finished our color appointment last week and our stakeout today. Cody Lane was amazing.
Oh, very cool.
Excited to get our dream home done. Awesome.
Beautiful. Hey, Scott, tell us about the rainfall up there in the greater Palestine area. I heard it was a whole bunch of rain. So I'm glad we got the stakeout done. I'm guessing we can establish positive drainage. We probably hammered that out with old Cody Lane. So
we had no trouble figuring out where the water was going to go.
Right? Yeah. Let us know. Well, there were 3 people here earlier. Now they're over there. So just to hear that.
That's the way the water flows. Figured it out. Denise says that it is true that people need to drive faster on 288.
Agreed.
We got Katie saying hello from Canyon Lake, looking to build here in Como County, looking into selling our house and buying land for potential build.
Awesome, Katie. You are at the right spot. This is a great place to join in. We're going to talk about some of the early stage stuff that you need to know about. So wonderful. That's awesome. Glad you're here.
All right. And then we've got Norma saying she wants to build a barn-dough style 1,500 square foot house in San Saba, Texas.
We may have some top secret news for Norma. It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. We may have a plan that's going to do that.
San Saba's awesome. San Saba is the home of the Whataburger that I went to on New Year's Day that ran out of French fries. That happened.
Oh, that's not good.
Wait a minute. Maybe it was Lamb Passes. I'm pretty sure it was San Saba. Maybe it was Lamb Passes. I think it was
Norma, just a Whataburger, and you don't like any of them anyway.
Well, what was ironic was that there's not only an HEB but a McDonald's within a block or two, and I'm like, I'll bet they've got French fries. If you'd like, you could. Never mind. Those are time.
They're not authorized to do that.
I know. I think it was Lamb Passes.
Okay.
I will maintain our respect for San Saba, Texas.
All right. Look, Norma, we do have a barn dough plan coming for you, so it's a good thing to be looking at.
So subtle.
I cut to the chase. Right. We got Taisha building a Marion in Victoria County on the 20th. Cool. I have a color appointment. So excited. So far, the process has been stress-free and fun. Oh, that's
welcome back. I know it's been a while since we heard from you, Taisha. I'm so glad. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And then we've got Eric who's saying greetings from Beaumont. Hey,
howdy, Eric. Welcome back.
And everybody else is being quiet. I think they took pity on me. Guys, ask your questions.
Yeah, ask your questions. She's prepared. She can't. You can't overcome Dawn. All you gotta do is tell her she probably can't hang in there, and that'll be all she wrote. She'll die trying. So, but before we get started, in case folks don't stick around to the end, I wanted to, if you had an opportunity, Dawn, we have some. So one of our Tilson family values is our water. We have this one here called we celebrate achievement together. It's a thing. Mm-hmm. It's very important to us as a family that we celebrate achievement together. It's going to be hard for Dawn because, she's an humble person. But let's we got some really cool news that we should share.
We do. So every year, the Texas Association of Builders does something that they call the Star Awards. And we have 4 finalists this year in the professional achievement, of the year, the Individual of the Year awards. So our first one is for Construction Manager of the Year. Chance Pryor
Awesome.
is one of our finalists. And then we actually have 2 of the 4 finalists in the Construction Superintendent of the Year category.
Only 50% of the entire category.
Only 50% of the category.
Only half the category.
So we got Summer Dinscore and Chris Hinson. So I'm excited because all 3 of our regions are represented between
nice.
those 2 awards. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, is there anybody else, Dawn? Anybody else who's up for a finalist award?
Just a really unimportant person.
Just this if
one.
You don't mind, yes. Up for Marketing Professional of the Year for the Texas Association of Builders, a finalist, the one and only Dawn Dantzler. Everybody congratulate these folks, including Dawn. Thanks for indulging, Dawn. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Eric.
I sneaked it in here on the end, folks. I did not tell her ahead of time we were going to do that. I asked her, "Hey, you got those?"
Yeah, he's like 1 minute before we're going live. He's like, "Hey, do you have that PowerPoint from yesterday?"
It's what I do.
Fine.
It's what I do. So yeah, big deal, big honor, and not only is it a big honor for our people, obviously that's wonderful, and we're very proud of that. We do celebrate that achievement with everyone, including Dawn and Chance and Summer and Chris. But also, you guys should know that you're dealing with the best of the best, right? I mean, like I get it. Some people think that we're a big builder. There are people who build like tens of thousands of houses a year. 50,000 houses a year. We don't build that many. We're like a couple hundred in, okay? And so we are rolling, hanging in there every bit, dominating the industry with the folks that are on our team. We are very blessed and fortunate as a family to have these folks working for us, and most importantly, working for you. So truly, when we tell you this is the place to get your information, legit, verified, validated through the Texas Association Builder, this is where you need to come and get information. We have the best of the best. So
yes.
Anyway.
That we do. I'm very excited to be in that company. So
yeah, great company to be in.
Some of my favorite people in there with me.
Good. I wanted you to.
Yeah, I'm not going to transcribe those, but thank you, everyone. I do see it, so thank you. But let's see. We've got Scott sharing. That yes, we had lots of storms and rain here. Thankfully, we're on the high ground, so we're in great shape. That's good.
Scott, that's actually a great time to do a stakeout, quite frankly. A great time to do the shot, because you'll know, hey, if you're thinking about having your house over here, now there's water there, you move it over there. So that's a good deal. I'm glad you got to do it then. I hate for all the rain going on for everybody, but I'm very, very glad. If you got to do a stakeout this week, consider yourself lucky, because it's ideally as bad as it's going to get. So.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're dealing with. So it's good that you got to experience that. We got Terry asking, what is the estimated timeline from contract to finish?
Oh, Dawn, what are you thinking these days? From contract to finish? You want to break the 2 parts out? How do you want to do that?
We can break it out. So you're looking at overall probably around 12 months. And for us, that's going to be divided into two kind of categories. So the first is going to be all of the pre-construction stuff. So before, for those of you who aren't as familiar with our process, with building on your land, it's going to be different than building in like a regular, kind of pre-planned community with like a D.R. Horton or, KB or something like that, where you're buying the land at the same time, because they've done a lot of work and made a lot of decisions before you even had the opportunity to buy that property. So they've already gotten permits, they've already gotten utilities, they've already gotten all that. So we need to go through all of that process with you on your land. So there's going to be an upfront period where we're picking out your plans, you're picking out your colors, and you're also doing all of the work on the lot to get it ready for building. So that's going to be a 3 to 4 month process, just depending on what's kind of going on in your situation. And then we move on to construction and actually building your home, which right now is running kind of, where are we now, Eric? 6 to 8 months, I think.
7 in most cases.
Yeah.
225 days is the goal. We have plenty of places that are falling under that goal.
So yeah, it's gotten a lot better than it was, at the height of demand. We're able to get more reliable trades and get equipment and get materials and everything a lot better than we were in the
One
peak.
thing, Terry, to think about is when people ask how long does it take, I tell folks, like, tell me the next major holiday you want to celebrate in that house with your family and be all settled in. count back 12 months or so. And that's when you need to start your actual deposit, contract, paperwork portion. You can start the design portion, plan changes, customization, pricing out anytime you want to. We don't charge to do that. Our sales consultants are happy to sit down and do that with you. But as far as if you want to be in the house, whatever, 4th of July of 2025, you're on the clock right now. You need to get in and get a contract signed in the next month or two to make sure that happens.
Yep, absolutely. And then we have Fred asking, do you have any land of your own?
We don't own any land, Fred, that we sell. We do have some subdivisions here and there that we are closely associated with. We have Republic Grand Ranch, Texas Grand Ranch. We got one up and coming up in the Marquay Lake Limestone area called Wildwood Lakes that we work with. And all kinds of other subdivisions we build in, they have land that they sell to the end user. Another recommendation that we have would be go to landsoftexas.com. That's a great resource. You can sort by county, you can sort by price point, you can sort by size of property, and you can set yourself up for alerts that when new properties come on the market that meet those criteria. So let's say you have a 3 or 4 county area that's 1 to 3 acres, that's $75,000 to $150,000. Anytime one of those hits the market that meets that criteria, you'll get a notification. So it's a very, very handy site, and we feel like they do a great job of sorting that. Probably the best of anybody I've ever seen of sorting that information for our folks.
Yeah.
What we can do is finance that if you want to. So with Wagon Hill Home Loans, we can do lot loans, or we can do one-time close loans where you roll the land and the house together in a package and finance the whole shooting match.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting that we're able to offer that now through that partnership. All right, and then we've got Ivy, who says, hey, from Bastrop County. We're in the beginning stages and have finally found our perfect plan. Excited to build the Arlington with you.
I agree. Yeah,
Wonderful.
we got to walk it a couple weeks ago. Dawn was there with us, and it's an awesome house down in Angleton.
Yeah, we're building that model down in Angleton. So if you haven't had a chance to go check it out, go see it. You can see what it actually looks like in person. It's starting to come together. We've got Taisha saying, I have 2 lift chairs in my living room for my parents. Do you or can you put sockets in the floor?
We absolutely do floor plugs, Taisha. So I know you just had your color appointment, I think, or you have it coming up on the 20th. Was that right? Did I have that right? So why don't we do this?
On the 20th.
Yeah, on the 20th. Definitely let your sales consultant tell them now. Tell your sales consultant right now that you're considering adding floor plugs for your parents' lift chairs. You can have one that's in between the two. Maybe under a would that be an end table? Maybe an end table. One under an end table between the two, or you can have 2 separate ones if you think you need that. But we have to locate them on the plans with your sales consultant. So we'll actually pull dimensions from 2 walls, whatever walls they're closest to. We'll pull dimensions off of those and mark them on the plans because they obviously have to go in before the concrete is placed. So now would be a great time to be sure that those get added, and they can add those at your design selection appointment, but go ahead and let them know now. I mean, you got a couple, 2 weeks before your color appointment, so I'd let them know.
Yeah, send them a note now. They can put it in the file so we don't forget about it. Yeah, great. Then we've got Doug saying our LaSalle and Ellis County is delayed a bit, but everything is looking terrific. I'm in Michigan, but set up a trail cam to keep up on things. Stone and Brick are sitting there waiting for a break in the weather.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's been wild up there, Doug. It's a lot of rain. A lot of rain. You probably get a lot of rain pictures on your game cam. I've been getting a lot of those on my game cams, mostly rain. So,
yeah, lots of rain. And I have lost Eric. I'm not sure which one of us is gone. And we're back.
Hang in there with us, folks. We're gonna get there.
Hey, look what's back.
Oh, good. Small price to pay.
My chat works.
All right. Small price to pay. Hope everyone's still with us.
Hey, Tessie. We missed you too, especially right now.
Right. These last 4 minutes.
These last 4 minutes. Yeah, so we've been very busy for the last month. We signed our contract with Kim Laxton and Bernie on April 10th. Got our land cleared for building, all-weather road and culvert install, stakeout completed, water well and electric set up. But the best part, our grandson was born last night in Converse, Texas.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Oh, and she's also had her color appointment since we last saw her. But
Well,
let's
we're
the
celebrating true
grandson's
achievement
the best
today.
part. That's
Today
amazing.
we are celebrating achievement together. Congratulations.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. But yeah,
All right, Tessie,
you've been
tell us
busy.
if you have it already or to be assigned preferred a grandparent name.
Mhm.
Name. Are we a Mimi? Are we a Granny? Are we a Grandma? Are we a Grammy? What are we going by? Do we have one already? Are we going to let the first child make the decision? I don't recommend it. My older brother was that. He had phonetic problems. But, we deal with that now for generations. Not his fault. Look, I'm not mad at him about it. Just saying it's a decision. But let us know. Let us know. But congratulations.
Are you having to battle the other grandma? Like, how is this?
Oh,
That was
how does that happen? How does that work?
Grammy was very contested in my
Really?
family. So yes, my mother is Grammy to my kids, but not to my brother's kids. Like
Oh,
it's a thing. It's a
she's
thing.
already a grandma. Already a grandma. Well, congratulations.
Already a grandma. That's awesome.
So
Love
this
it.
sweetens the pot. Just sweetens the pot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
perhaps the profile picture might be new. That might be a new profile pic. Just so I'm just saying that.
Oh yeah. Looks like it might be. Looks
Yeah.
like it might be. And then Scott is sharing, I'm a paralyzed veteran, and we're very much looking forward to showing everyone a true accessible home. Oh,
Thank you for your service,
yeah,
Scott,
thank you
and
for your service.
thank you for the honor of letting us make that accommodation for you.
Yeah. And then we've got Bets asking, did your houses come with water softener and reverse osmosis?
Great question, Bet. So we can rough in for all of those things. So we don't put them in there standard because we don't know what kind of water every single customer has. Everybody's place is different. Some people have water wells. Some people have community water. Some people's water wells is not hard water. Some people's is extremely hard water. So our recommendation is you reach out to whoever's going to be installing that. But regardless, Tilson can rough in for your water softener, which I highly recommend you let us do that, either in a garage, utility room, something like that. Which basically just means that we are going to put a 110 outlet, a plug, and a loop that can be cut on and off, and a drain, because as you probably know, water softeners have to discharge. They regenerate. So you got to discharge that water once every, depending on how much your usage, and there's calculations for all this stuff, but usually every 3,000 to 4,000 gallons of water that's used, it'll go into a regeneration mode and cycle through that. But if you let us rough in for that, your hose bibs, your exterior water faucets will still be on the quote hard water, the not salt, because the water is softened with salt, rock salt. You see it at your local hardware supply stores, and you don't really want to be, if you water your grass or flower beds or anything like that with those hose bibs, you don't want to do that with the softened water. And then as far as RO, so look, I have opinions on reverse osmosis.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I'm not disputing how it works. It's a physics thing, but
Mhm.
I have water wells, especially. Look, I don't think you need it, honestly. If you have a good filtration system for your water well or even your city water, and you use a water softener, which is effectively another filtration, and you get your water out of like your refrigerator, the water most people buy bottled water, but if you're gonna drink the water, get it out of your refrigerator, which by the way has another filter on it, right? That's changed every 3 to 6 to 8 months.
When you remember to do it, yeah.
Well, that's on. Hey, look, you can get set up with an auto thing on the Amazon or GE or whoever, and they'll keep sending them to you.
Just because it's in my house doesn't mean I do it.
I get it. So here's the thing with RO, Bets, and I'm glad you asked. For every 2 gallons of water you send in through it, you're getting 1 gallon. So on a water well, or as short as we are, particularly in the hill country, as hard as water is to come by, I'm not a big recommender of reverse osmosis systems because of the water that's wasted. Again, it's 2 for 1. You got to push 2 gallons of water through that RO to get 1 gallon of purified water. And in my opinion, between a water softener, a filtration system that you can get on Amazon or through a local water supply company, and the filter that's on the refrigerator, you're fine. You don't need another RO system. But that's just me. That's just me.
All right. And like we were already talking about Tessie's grandchildren.
Yeah.
She's got, her son has 2 boys now. Now her daughter has 1,
Oh, that's cool.
and they FaceTimed her, so she's waiting for the picture. So we got Eric Sharon. I apparently met the Tilson employee that has the most tenure. If memory serves me correctly, Jerry Butler said he's been with Tilson for 47 years. That is pretty dang impressive.
100% fact. 100% facts. Yeah, in April he celebrated 47 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yes, he is the most as of right now. Only because my grandfather passed away. That's really the only reason. It's a war of attrition at this point. But yeah, that's going to be a tough one to top. Mr. Butler is to be commended, and a wealth of knowledge is an understatement. But yeah, he's
well, especially still to be out in the field every single day doing stakeouts, and
he loves it.
He loves it.
It keeps him young, according to him. He'll trip us out there across 6 acres in August when it's 104 degrees and 80% humidity, no factor, and he'll run you in the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He must have been 11 when he started. I don't know, because he doesn't look that old, quite frankly.
No, he doesn't.
That might have been possible 47 years ago. There's a good chance my grandfather would have hired an 11-year-old.
Child labor laws weren't as strict.
I mean, just look, the kid's got gumption. Let him get after it.
It's fine. We'll call him an apprentice. It'll be great. All right. We've got Serena. We've been in our Abilene home for 1 year. Absolutely living the dream here in Taylor Thrall. Love our home. Thank you, Tilson. Oh, thank you for sharing.
I must go by all there all the time. Every time I go to Georgetown or Austin at all, Serena, that's the route I take. I take Highway 6 north to 79 in Hearn, and I go all the way through those thriving metropolises of Rockdale and Gauze and Taylor and Thrall and Hutto and then the rest from there. You're in the big city, but good spot.
Yeah, awesome.
I think Thrall's the Bulldogs. I don't know what Taylor is. I don't know what Taylor's mascot is. Hutto is the Hippos. Hutto's the Hippos, which I've always. Maybe y'all can give me a shout out for who. What do y'all do with the lady sports there? Do you call them Lady Hippos? Because that's concerning for me. I'm just curious.
My favorite is still the high school in New Braunfels. It's the Unicorns.
They are the Unicorns. They are, in fact, the Unicorns. They are.
Oh, they're the Ducks.
Oh, okay. All right. Taylor's the Ducks.
Taylor's the Ducks.
All right. Well, how fitting these last couple of weeks.
They're doing well. They're doing well.
Fighting hard, the Ducks.
Yep. We're getting lots of agreement. They're the Taylor Ducks. Got lots of people from Taylor watching.
You can tell I refuse to use Google. Like, I just prefer to not know. Who knows?
We'll just ask y'all. You'll tell us.
I believe it.
Absolutely. Well, we have 2 people. We've got confirmation now.
That's it. Validation. We're in.
2 people on the internet said it's true. We got Denise asking, do you typically need a softener for a well?
Okay, so I don't know, Denise. It really does depend. So, but the kicker is it is definitely, and by the way, water softeners can be added later. Okay, it's not, I mean, there's water companies out there, that's what they do. They go and retrofit houses with water softeners. It's not a huge deal. The main disadvantage is it's going to typically be outside somewhere. So either in a separate building, maybe where your water well is, or truly outside the house. Both are acceptable applications. It is one more thing you might have to winterize because there's water going through it. It does get cold. You're in the Brenham area. It can happen. So it's certainly it's kind of the almost it's not really a Boy Scout rule. It's more of a military thing of better to have and not need than need and not have kind of situation. So you can always rough in for one, and if you need it, fantastic. It's there ready to go. If you don't ever need it, doesn't matter. It just bypasses it. So I put one on mine. I'm not too far from where you are. I'm probably 40 miles from where you are. But it could be different from my property to my neighbor's property 800 feet away. You could have different water tests, different water table even. So it really, really does depend on having a water test done. I have more than one water test done. Most water companies, and I'm not picking on Culligan. Culligan's a great company. I have a very dear friend that owns the Culligan distributorship in College Station. But most of the time, they're going to recommend that you need this very elaborate filtration system, which is not going to hurt you. It just might be more than necessary. That's all. So anyway, I'm with you. I'm a have and not need kind of guy. So, if you rough in for it and end up not needing it, nobody's hurt. And if you don't rough in for it and you end up needing it, then you've got a retrofit situation you got going on. So it's not tough for us to do, as long as it's prior to construction, because it does have to have a drain and a plumbing loop, so, and an outlet.
Okay. All right. Gina is sharing the Cunningham's building in B County, Brazoria C, but now you say a barn dough. Oh goodness, stakeout is May 20th. Tell us more about the barn dough plan. It not ready for you, Brazoria C.
Yeah,
Brazoria
you're
C
going to
for
be
you.
happier with the Brazoria C.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're gonna be happier with the Brazoria C. It's not gonna be the barn dough is not gonna be as big, and it's gonna take us a while to get that
Yeah,
developed.
it is in its infancy. They're not ready to be hatched yet. And quite honestly, yeah, they certainly don't offer the flexibility as a Brazoria C does. They're going to be meant to be boxes. So
yeah, definitely stick with the Brazoria C. We got Phyllis asking, what is an estimate on the cost to set up for a water softener, even if we get it later?
okay, so I don't know about later. I can look up the price for.
I think by later she might mean what you were talking about, that you rough it in and then have somebody install it after the fact.
Oh, so to rough in for a future water softener with bypass end drain is old eyes $965. So $965, and that's for us to rough in. That does not include the water softener on
Okay.
May the 7th of 2024. That is just for us. That's a plumbing stub, a drain, a 110, and your hose bibs are going to be on what's called home runs. In other words, they will have their own dedicated source of water supply. So that's part of the price of that, is those are separate from the rest of the plumbing system. So that's it. Probably not going to be much different from that if you do it later on. But again, the advantage is getting those hose bibs on hard water, on the stock water that's coming in.
Okay, awesome. Eric is asking if you can talk about some aspect features you've seen Tilson customers do that increase the functionality of the house, like a water softener. What other things? Backup generator, eave plugs, etc.
He's listing all of them.
Yeah, he named 2 of them that I was going to go to.
Yeah, the backup generator, the eave plugs. I would say if you're going to do plugs in the eaves or on the soffit, like he's talking about,
Light switch too.
put them on a switch. Yeah, put them on a switch inside. And then you'll of course forget that switch is off, and you'll plug stuff in, and then you'll be saying ugly things about your builder that aren't true, because as it turns out, you just forgot to turn the switch on. My wife did that. I did not, of course, but that could happen.
Well, that's when you buy the special switch cover, so that you know that that's a special switch.
Oh, we actually
turn
my
on
wife
for
actually
certain
labeled
things.
them. We had the label maker. The switches in our house are labeled. We did that originally because we saw it in an Airbnb, and it was actually very helpful. So anyway, yeah, label them. That's the thing too.
Yeah.
It's not the look everybody wants, but it does work. It's very functional. And then the kids can move them around and play tricks on you, and that's not nice. But when you raise heathens, that's what you're up against. They get it honest. Some of the other what other functional things are out there? I tell you what, I like. So it's not something that we even add, but I'll tell you one that I like. People that I did is so you have ceiling plugs for your garage door openers traditionally. I like plugging a retractable extension cord into that instead of having to plug those into a wall somewhere, because we put a bunch of wall plugs in our garage in the first Tilson home we built, and then subsequently stacked up shelving units in front of all of those things and could access none of the plugs. And I ended up putting 2 retractable extension cords that just plugged into the ceiling outlets, because you're only using one for the garage door opener. So the other one's just sitting there available for all times. Either you plug something into or let spiders build stuff on top of it. That's been awesome. Use that a lot. I'm a huge fan of the side mount garage door openers. I put them in my home. Yep. And then you have a totally clean ceiling. They, and our LiftMaster does them. So we can get pricing on that. I don't know if they have pricing at the ready, but we have pricing for those that we can get. I'm a big fan of those. I think they're stronger. I think a little longer lasting. They are obviously more expensive, but And they also hook up to the MyQ app. So you can control, just like all of our openers, you can control all that stuff through your phone, which is super, super convenient. But they're very strong. They have an automatic locking mechanism that I like. When I'm not here with the wife and kids, I'm secure that when those doors are down and locked, like it keeps, I don't know what it come out here, cows, chickens, goat, it keeps those out of there. So that's good. What are some of the other things that people have done that are very cool? We've seen a lot of neat, like a lot of stuff in utility rooms that people are doing.
I like we've had a lot of people put a garage door on the back of their garage so they can keep all their lawn equipment there and not have to get it past the cars. So taking out the back, I thought that was really clever.
Which one of Dawn's favorites? Pot fillers. Huge fan of pot fillers.
Okay. I'm more a fan of the glass rinser. I think
that's
cool
right. Yes.
In the sink. Yeah. The glass rinsers. So that's just a little thing that they can put next to your sink that like you can grab your water bottles and things like that and actually rinse it. So it helps get these things clean since they're so popular now and so hard to rinse.
They're not really dishwasher friendly. The dishwasher safe, but not dishwasher friendly.
Yeah, they tip over and do all that. So I think those are very cool. We've seen a lot of that. But yeah, I can't.
Good advice.
People drop in the comments. I know we've got a lot of smart people watching. Tell us what you did to your house. Give Eric some other ideas. We've got Dylan asking, during our recent meeting, our rep said that we could not have a dual gas wood burning fireplace because of the foam insulation. Do you guys have an alternate insulation? My wife prefers how easy it is.
Okay, so I'm thinking, Dylan, what you're asking for is a wood burning fireplace that has a gas log lighter in it. And they're right about that. That's not something that we can do anymore with spray foam. So that being said, no, there's not really an alternative for that. Now, we do have several different wood burning fireplace options, not just the Constitution. There's another one of that. There's a Pioneer that we just put into the price book recently. That's a rectangle square design instead of the arch top. Because the feedback we got from there, I think it has 4.1 cubic feet of burnable space in it. So that's been recently added. But yeah, unfortunately, it's because of the way that you can't get the gas to dissipate. It's against the code, Dylan. So if something were to happen and some of that gas were to, maybe it didn't burn, didn't get turned all the way off, the old gas key, you can do those outside still. I went outside on my house, but inside it's either a true gas fireplace or a true wood burning fireplace. And the reason we can do the gas fireplace inside is they do have automatic fail safes in which that if the fireplace is smart enough to know that if it's not igniting, if it's not catching on fire, it shuts the gas off to the appliance, to the fireplace. And so you're not putting gas into your home, unbeknownst to you. Because there's no way for it. It's dangerous enough in a bat and blown house, that's still not good, but it could dissipate. It's got nowhere to go in a spray foam house. The house is completely sealed up. That's the same reason if you have gas appliances like gas furnaces or gas water heaters, those have to be significantly upgraded because same thing. You have to have like the 90% efficient, they have to burn just about every bit of the gas that goes into them because again, the attic's sealed up too. There's nowhere for that gas to go. If for some reason it doesn't burn at all. So it's to be dangerous for you and your family. And we can't do it anymore. Those days are gone, but there are all kinds of little wood burning, lighting things that you can buy at your local hardware store, McCoy's, Ace, all those different ones sell those. I'm sure the big box ones do too, but I don't like going in there because no one helps you. So if you can use those, and I haven't had any issues getting our wood burning fires to live, but the wood burning fireplaces have to have their own combustible airspace now, their own combustion chamber, completely sealed off, all that kind of stuff to meet the current energy codes. If you have a builder telling you they can do it, they're not meeting the energy code or they're not building the building code. Either one of those should greatly concern you.
Absolutely. All right. We got Taisha asking, I will be in a subdivision, so I will need concrete poured for driveway, walkway, and to complete sidewalk. Is it best to go through Tilson or contract it out myself?
Either way you want to do it, Taisha. I mean, we can do those things, and we can give you pricing, and you can go to a contractor and get pricing from them. The difference is, obviously, if we do it, we are in total control of it, and we hold the contractor accountable. So, for example, if they come out there and they don't do it right, or they mess something up, or they break something on the way in, or in the first year, that stuff we cover for 1-year warranty. The first year, if that stuff starts kind of falling apart, maybe they water it down too much, Tilson would be on the hook for it. If you hire an independent contractor to do that for you, which is no problem with us, it is between you and the independent contractor. There's nothing we can do to help, to mitigate, to leverage, to force them to perform. Stalling a little bit because I think we had that in here for flat work. I thought professional property services and community exclusive. Nope, not that one. Yeah, maybe not. I thought we did once one time, but I can't seem to find it. Probably because I'm under.
You're under pressure.
He's trying to because I'm under Grimes County, not her county.
Oh, that'll do it too. We're trying to find a price for you, Taisha.
Yeah, trying to find a price. It was somewhere around $7 to $9 per square foot, $7 to $12. It really depends on the county and the local area. Certainly no less than $7 a square foot, probably no more than $12. So that should give you somewhere to kind of go between there. But we'd be glad to help you with it if you want us to, or certainly we can help you coordinate when that needs to be done. But typically we do that at the very, very end. I know a lot of subdivision builders do it up front at the beginning, but we don't want it all driven on and
then they
stained
mess it up the whole time.
Oil
and
leak.
You're fighting to get it fixed after.
Yeah, my 87 whatever that's not running right, that kind of thing. You don't want that. So we do it at the very end.
All right. We got Serena who is sharing. We did a water softener loop and a garden sink in a mudroom. Both worth it.
Oh, awesome. There you go. Oh, garden sink and mudroom is that's another good one.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Big utility sink.
Big sink. Janine saying, "Hey, Tilson Cousins, is there a filtration system you recommend?"
Well, so I did my own. So I don't know if I can recommend it or not. We're not dead yet, so that's good. Let's see. It is. It's easy to come by. You can buy it on Amazon. I installed it myself. I may or may not recommend you do that. Depends on your exposure to that and your comfort level with it. Any of the like express 3-stage water filtrations. Anything that has the three, I'm a fan of the 3-stage water filtration. So something that filters like your sediment, and then some of your minerals or other solids, and then it has like a carbon filter on it as well. I'm a fan of a 3-step filtration system. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy elaborate. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You can, but you don't have to, in my opinion. But some type of a 3-step water filtration, any of the brands will probably work, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Catherine is asking, does Tilson help with landscaping, or is that something we do on our own?
How do we do that, Dawn?
So it's going to depend upon where you are. So some of the communities that we mentioned, if we know it's included as a requirement there for move-in, so like Republic Grand Ranch, Texas Grand Ranch, Deer Forest, those types of areas, we actually do have some landscaping included in the pricing for that. Otherwise, we're happy to recommend them for you. If we have somebody in the area, we can arrange to do it. But otherwise, we can help you find somebody to help you do all of that after you move in. And then Catherine is sharing that they looked at the Canyon and the Angelina models this last weekend on a road trip. Beautiful homes.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, those are nice. Gina's talking about one of the things they did with their house. Her husband asked Helen to put hot and cold lines for an outside shower. So yeah, that's a good idea.
I think Zach Rivera was revealing he did that on his home as well. He put a hot water hose bib outside.
That's nice. And Danielle is asking, weird question, but do you have to stick with just one designer? The office closest to us, one has one designer, and we'd prefer not to use him. Can we go to another location that is not as close? Sorry for the weird question. Yeah, not a weird question at all. Absolutely. If you're just not vibing with the first person you met with, absolutely, you can go meet with another consultant in another office and work with them, that's no problem. Just be aware that that is the office that you would need to go to for all of your other appointments. So your color appointment, your plan approval, things like that. But as long as you're not already under contract, it's not a problem to move you to another consultant. And then Gina is asking, is there a reason why you cannot have stairs and a door to the attic instead of a ladder? Just thinking aging in place scenario.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that, Gina. It does take up a tremendous amount of space. So you need about, I mean, roughly to do a proper staircase, actually do a staircase that would meet the code, it has to meet code, 200 square feet minimum that you're going to lose to put a staircase of some sort in, whether that's a up and then halfway, then a switchback, or straight up the stairs. You're going to need 200 square feet. And then you also, in doing so, might lose some of the attic that you could have otherwise had, because you'll need more length to get that staircase in. You need 14 or 15 steps, depending on your first plate height, first floor plate height, to be able to get all the way up into the attic. And then you need enough room when you get up there to have a 6 foot 8 inch tall door to swing either out or in to do that. So you need enough clearance in the attic to have 15 steps and then another 7 feet for a door. So when you start to figure out the places in the house that could actually accommodate that, you really start to significantly run out of space pretty quick. So it's not to say that it can't be done. It certainly can, but it's you lose a lot of space.
Okay, that makes sense. We got Denise saying we're trying to schedule a pre-site plan with the spring office to make sure where we think the house should go is good with Tilson, so we can take down trees. Awesome.
Call them up and get it done.
Good idea.
Tell Wendy Eric said, hey, hello. I bet she can get that done for you, though. I don't think she would have a problem with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You might even get Jerry, who we were talking about before.
You could. You could.
We got Janine saying, Eric, I missed part of what you said about the garage door opener you prefer. Can you repeat, please?
Well, first of all, the ones we put in are perfectly fine. The Lift Masters we put in are great units. They're ceiling mount, very strong, very long lasting, great warranty. I personally, and Eric Collerman asked about this, a guy in Beaumont, put in the side mounted. So they're actually mounted directly beside the garage door. They're not mounted on the ceiling. They're mounted on the wall. They're a wall mount garage door opener. LiftMaster makes them. That's the ones that we use. They connect with the MyQ app on your phone. And I put them on the home that I built now, and I love them. I think they're great. They lock. But it's just if you look at any wall mount garage door opener, you'll see what we're talking about. But LiftMaster wall mount garage door opener, our provider, and sells them, installs them, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay. And Catherine, who was asking about landscaping, says that she is building in the cedars.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay, so actually in an area like that, I would highly recommend we do a package like we do in Texas Grand Republic Grand Ranch. We could use Chris Pixler, our normal landscaper. Shout out to Results Tree and Landscaping. So we can help you with that. So the Cedars is there, in Clarenceville, at the corner of 105 and 1774. We'll be neighbors. I'm not in the Cedars. They wouldn't let me in a nice place like that, but I'm not far.
But you're close by.
Close enough. Dawn knows where the Cedars is. She's been by.
Yes. Dylan is saying, thanks for clearing up on the fireplace question. Last one, do all models come with an attic of some sort, location? My wife has a Christmas collection that would make Kringle jealous.
So the answer is yes. Every house we build has an attic of some sort. Some have multiple, depending on the floor plan layout. So, but in all cases, typically the access is going to be in a hallway. Typically it's a secondary bedroom hallway, only because that's usually where we have the most space for a disappearing stair unit. If it's a home that has a bonus room, it is possible that your attic access or additional attic access could be from that bonus room space. So I know the Rockwall has that, the Fredericksburg has that, the Breckenridge have that. Several of the homes we have have access from and that's going back to Gina's question. I think it's full door access,
the full size door
into your attic space. But no matter what, even if you have just a 1-story home, Dylan, you'll have access to that attic and there'll be a catwalk. And I mean it like that. It's not a gigantic, floored system. catwalk to your mechanical equipment. So whatever's up there, for sure, your air handler of the HVAC equipment's up there. In some cases, a water heater or tankless water heater may be up there. Those have to be within 15 feet of that disappearing stairway, and we have to provide a catwalk or a something that you can stand on and walk to and from that equipment to service it. Ordinarily, when you climb up into our attics, because the media filter is up there on that air handler. Most of the houses we build, you don't have to get off the top step to change that filter out. I mean, you climb up the stairs, it's right there on your right or left, and you change it out and go. I think I have a old terrible video of that, of the driftwood, once upon a time that I was up there looking at that. Actually, it might be on the actual. Well, the driftwood's not a thing anymore, so I'm not sure where that is anymore. But anyway, it's
somewhere.
It's somewhere. We do use larger than code required staircases. So we use a 30-inch by 54-inch disappearing stairway. The code only requires 24-inch wide. We got 30-inch wide because I'm a big guy and that's what we like. I don't like close spaces. So it's going to be...
Well, and you don't want to have like a really tight quarters if you're trying to carry something up there.
Like a filter, for instance. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Now, that being said, and we can get to Eric's question, he's asking about decking in the attic.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, you want to follow Eric's suggestion to add some decking in the attic if you're looking to do a lot of storage.
Yeah, and you can do that through us. We like to know ahead of time if you're going to be doing that. We also want to be clear that it is not second floor living area. So we're not putting a gun safe up there. We're not putting a pool table up there. Like, it's not designed to hold weight. Okay, it's designed for there are live load and dead load calculations that the code requires that we have to meet, and we meet those. But it's not for getting up there, walking around, hosting a hoedown. Okay, it is for we're not storing lead, Christmas ornaments. You're not gonna have a problem. Christmas tree, that kind of stuff. But
if you're struggling weight wise to get it up the stairs, maybe it shouldn't go.
Probably shouldn't be going up there. Yeah, we're not reloading ammunition up there with a bunch of lead and things like that. Like, those are not advised activities for up there. So just be clear about that.
Absolutely. And then let's see. Dion is saying, Eric, did I hear you all correctly that Tilson has an option of land and home financing, like an all-in-one, or is this wishful thinking?
Dawn, did I say it right?
You did say it right. So that is one of the things that we are very excited about our new preferred lender, Wagon Hill, is that they're able to bring more financing options to all of our customers. And one of them is that you do have the option of doing your land and home financing together. So if you found the lot that you want, we can help you. Wagon Hill can help you purchase that land when you're buying your Tilson home. So you can do it all together, all as one thing. So yeah, that's a very exciting new product that we're able to offer people and kind of help people get into their homes a little faster. We also have some programs now that it hasn't come up in this one, but it usually comes up when people ask, hey, do I have to wait to sell my house until, do I have to sell my house before my home is built? We actually can, Wagon Hill has options now to help you stay in your existing home until after you move into your Tilson home. So we're very excited about the things that they can do now that we have that new preferred lender. So it's very good. Taisha is saying, thanks for the info on the concrete. I will do it through Tilson for sure. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, just consultant know. That's another good thing to bring up at your appointment on the 20th. Gina is saying, thanks, no stairs sounds perfect. Yeah, it does take up a lot of space. Like Eric was mentioning though, if you do have a bonus space on there, maybe it's something that we can arrange, the door to go straight into your attic. So something to look at, but yeah, otherwise, keep the ladder and find a downstairs room you can store stuff in, because you're going to take up that much space with your staircase anyway. So just don't climb the space.
I think we all need just less stuff. Just less stuff.
We do. Let's see. I love this username, Halloween Hippie. We met with Caleb today for a pre-construction meeting. We're super excited. Nice. Do y'all recommend a home battery backup system? With hurricane season upon us, it crossed my mind.
So it's funny you mentioned this. Halloween Hippie, because I just was rolling through this with Justin Ordno, our SVP of construction, and I was running because we were talking about, like, and I'll throw the name out there, like a Tesla wall battery thing, whatever, backup. Mm-hmm. And for the cost of them, you're better off with a generator. And the reason I say that is because I think we got up to like to back a house, average house up, you're going to need 2 of those power walls, what it's called, Tesla power wall. And I'm not knocking Tesla, dude. Elon Musk, a genius, game changer. Like, he's changing humanity, and the technology is ridiculously smart. But you're looking at, like, if you don't have the solar thing to go with it, which is a completely like cost prohibitive out the wazoo. If you just do the Eric's saying there's like
Here's Eric's opinion.
I think it was like $16,000, either $12,000 or $16,000, not including installation, and that would run your house for everybody sitting together 10 hours.
Oh, wow. That's not going to help you with a hurricane.
In the wintertime, it may go 16, but in the summertime, 10 hours, which is when hurricanes come. So for that kind of money, you can get a whole home backup generator, or an Airbnb on a gorgeous lake somewhere, like, while you wait for power to be restored. There's all kinds of things you can do with that much money. I think the technology will get there, but it's just not there yet for what would go. Like, if you were to lose power in a hurricane, let's say, it's likely going to be more than 10 hours, right? There's going to be trees down everywhere. There's power lines down everywhere. It's not like your usual storm. It's down for 4 hours and then back.
We're talking weeks sometimes.
You could, for sure days. And in some cases, with Harvey, it was 12, 14 days people were down without power, in which case you're without a generator, you're toast. And so that's my opinion on those today. I'm more of a fan of a actual standby or backup generator than I am the battery backups. Love and even with solar, like, you can't charge it enough during the day to run your house all night. If you have an AC that you're going to keep it, whatever, you're going to turn all your major appliances off, like unplug your fridges and or cut the breakers off for fridges and freezers while you run your AC to make your to make it last through the evening. So it's not there yet. It's coming, but it's not there yet.
All right, that makes sense. He'd also like to know what your favorite song is to play on the guitar.
I'll tell you. So I'm a huge Jimmy Buffett fan. And so Pirate Looks at 40 is my favorite song, really, of all time, but certainly to play on the guitar, because it's like 4 chords. It's pretty simple.
Awesome. Lisa is asking, how soon will we have completed pictures of Brazoria plan? We are building a Brazoria D, and I can't wait to see real pictures instead of just looking at the plans.
She's not letting you off the hook.
Me too. I know. We do have one that is finished, and they have said that we can come photograph it. So we are just waiting for them to decorate it and feel comfortable with us taking pictures to share with you guys. So I'm hoping sometime in the next couple months we should have it. We should also have a couple ones in the field that are finishing up that we're stocking that maybe we can get in before they close and add furniture on our own. But we are working on it as quickly as we can. So I hope to have something for you soon.
Yeah.
We got Tessie asking, I didn't even think about it. I missed the conversation earlier, but does the garage come with an auto opener?
It does. Yes, it comes with an opener and with remotes even.
The other thing I like is the keypad on the side for kids.
It is. We put one on there. I don't know why. I don't know who's coming to our place. That's the thing now with the MyQ app that LiftMaster has, like, you can add other people to your various doors. So you don't even have to have the keypad anymore, which is kind of nice. So, like, I can invite people. They can have access to one of the doors or to multiple doors, to the gate. I can cut it off anytime I want to. I can do temporary. So that is a really cool advantage that I like on the app, is that you can manage users. So, like, my kids have access to some of the doors, but not all of the gates, for example. So anyway, the people who come and take care of our animals when we're not here, they have access to the gates, but not the garage doors. So that's, you can control that, and that's all through the app, which is on every LiftMaster thing that gets installed. So as long as you have Wi-Fi, you're good.
Perfect. Gina's laughing, saying we can't put a deer blind in the attic. Yeah, no, that would be too heavy.
But no one's to say your attic can't be the deer blind. Just saying. But you need an operable window. Mine's fixed because my wife knew better. I can't be tempted.
All right. Sounds good. We got Misty saying, sorry I was late. I was out at the house watching the cabinets being
Oh,
installed. Oh, yay. Hello from Mansfield, building the San Jacinto XL in Hood County. That's exciting.
fantastic.
Cabinet day's great.
Right. Send us some pictures. We want to see pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. Send us pictures. We got Catherine asking, is there an average amount that people spend in upgrades? Just trying to get the idea of additional cost on top of the house price.
This is one of those that we actually have the data on. And I'm going back like 25, 30 years. On average, about 12 to 15% of the total contract amount is upgrades. So if the house ends up being $500,000 total, usually about $60,000 to $70,000 of that is upgrades. But now that also could include custom options of some sort and things like that. So, but that on average, it's about 12 to 15% of what ends up being the total contract amount.
Okay, makes sense. All right, and then we've got Joseph asking, would you recommend getting a geotechnical soil test before closing on land? If so, could Tilson use that, or would that be charged again?
So they'll only use it if it's actually done by MLA Labs. If MLA Labs does it, we can use it. If it's not done by MLA Labs out of Austin, Texas, they will not use it. And again, the reason being they're the ones they're joining us in the structural warranty, MLAW, the engineering firm. So they want their geotechnical test done to their rigorous specifications. I don't think you have to have it done, Joseph, unless if there's neighbors in the area that have been like, oh man, we've had all kinds of foundation issues, and it's multiple people. Otherwise, it's going to be what it's going to be. If it's where you guys want to be, it's probably not that crazy. I'd be more curious to know where you are. There are a few pockets, very few pockets in Texas that I'd say, yeah, I'd spend the money. But otherwise, I think you're probably going to be okay.
All right, that makes sense. And then we've got Lisa's very excited about that we'll probably have a Brazoria soon. I am too. I want to see it too. And Catherine saying, thanks so much for the information.
Of course. That's what we're here for.
And
we're right at
time. I see. Yeah, right at
time. So obviously, thank you everyone for joining us today. I love the Ask Us Anything because it really does just go crazy. Everything happens.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's like a firing squad. So thank you all for doing this. Thank you, Dawn.
I like it better when the comments work.
Whatever. I feel like you got bored halfway through. I like the way that you reset it, though. Very nicely done. Well done.
Yeah, it's very slick. Just dropped you off. And
hey, I'm just glad to be here. Just glad to know I still got a job. Still got a job. You do not want me to have to make a living playing guitar. Not going to be good. I'm going to have very skinny kids. But thank you all for joining us. Do we have seminars going on at all, Dawn? Up and coming?
We do. We have a seminar in Waco and one in Bernie this weekend. So
Nice. Okay, so obviously the conversation doesn't have to end here. We love talking to you guys each and every week, but it doesn't have to end here. We got a website open 24/7 with new home specialists on standby, not 24/7, but to help you with high-level questions, scheduling appointments at our design centers, of course, of which we have 12. 12 design centers open 7 days a week with model homes, some in various stages of production, that we would love to tour you guys through there, get ideas, sit down, talk to you about design center selections, show you the different stone, floor, cabinet, countertop, plumbing fixture, light fixture selections, all the things that go into making the house your own. And yeah, we've got a Facebook page. We have with a great community of people that are all joined here. We got a YouTube channel that has a wealth of information, lots of videos about everything we talked about here and more. Every single model home tour, financing, site preparation, construction, all that stuff's on there. We have an Instagram channel if you just want to sit there by yourself and just binge on pictures of things. That's there too. And of course, all of these things are recorded. So these are on the website. They're on our YouTube channel. And they are there for you. We want to be sure that you have all of your questions answered so you can take the next steps and have the wisest decisions made for you and your family. So with that, we look forward to talking to you guys soon, and we really look forward to making you part of the Tilson family. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.